As we were putting together this panel, one of the things that I was thinking about is like, what would I tell my younger self about confidence, right? And I think when I was younger, I always thought like with the big job, with the big accomplishment, getting the big dream, like I always felt like, well, that's the thing that will give me the confidence. And that is actually the thing where you need your confidence the most. So you need like a well of it to pull from. Like you can be accumulating confidence throughout your whole journey, and you should. And so I was just curious if you all have advice that you would give your younger self when thinking about confidence.
You just show up. You show up, you put yourself in the rooms that you want to be in, and you know that you can add value to without asking permission. And I believe I live my life that way as well, in the idea of doing something first and then asking for forgiveness later, if forgiveness is warranted.
Just keep being excited and keep learning. And when you like something, like let that be a guiding factor because it means something.
You have to ground yourself with what you think about yourself first and foremost. And the way that I have built that confidence is just by showing up and doing the work and being passionate.
I'm really curious if there was a specific setback that shaped any of you.
A setback for me can be my sous chef being sick for a week, and then that changes every other thing. So we power through setbacks on the daily. And I don't have like one big hurdle that I can think of because there's just so many. A lot of the physical things you cannot control. So I don't know if I think of them as setbacks, more as just part of my day-to-day. It helps me cope with all of them a little better.
I like what you're saying because it's really a setback is an exercise in perseverance and in thinking creatively, and it happens all the time, so you have to get used to it. For us, we started our company in the moments before the Great Recession of our time, and we're just starting to make headway. We're just starting to book campaigns. I mean, again, this was ye olden days of the internet. So that meant going back to freelancing on the side, making sure the employees were paid, trying to pivot and figure out how we could keep surviving even as all of the money seemed to be drying up overnight. And we made it through.
I think there's a theme among all of your stories, which is sort of leaning into the unknown and learning on the go. I'm curious about a risk that you all maybe took to kind of expand on some of the stories that you shared and how it paid off.
The earliest risk was I had gotten my dream job at Elle magazine. I quit my job and moved back to California, where I'm from, to freelance write, and then a year later to start Who What Wear. And if you think that my parents were cool with me quitting my fancy job that they could brag about at Elle magazine to start a website, they were like, oh no, what are you doing? And I too was like, oh no, what am I doing? But it ended up obviously being a really good choice because it led me here today and to be able to work with the amazing team at Marie Claire as well.
I'm wondering where you all find the confidence to make these very high stakes decisions that sometimes don't just affect you, but people that work for you or your communities or whatever it may be.
I'm responsible for people's livelihoods, their lives. People entrust me, and so that's something I take very seriously and to heart. And then also just for when I think about it for myself too, because that's important. Why am I doing this? What is my why daily? Is I also deserve greatness. I deserve to feel like I am contributing to my community. And I deserve to feel like I'm doing a great job at that. And so the perseverance aspect is also just me having the drive and the grit that I have to be able to move forward.
I also think self-care is an important piece of this. You have to put that oxygen mask on yourself first. You have to take care of yourself so that you can make level-headed decisions.
Wait, I actually want to talk about that a little bit more,
Yes.
which is the rituals and habits that you all do when you're dealing with doubt or when you need to recharge yourself or when you need to re-energize yourself, because I think that's so important, right? We overlook that a lot, but it actually comes into play.
I have a mantra that I like to say every morning, which is I am power, I am beauty, I am energy. Stress leaves me, wealth receives me. And so I say that, and that just kind of helps me get ready. And even if I'm having a moment of feeling a lack of confidence at any moment, those are words that I like to say. This year, for the first time, I ran the Broad Street Run, which is a 10-mile run. And completed it. And to me, that was a hard thing that I only trained 4 weeks for because I was busy, but I was like, I want to do this. And then that gave me, I never ever thought that I would ever run a half marathon, but I'm like 10 miles and 13 are right there. So now I feel like that's another hard thing that I want to accomplish. So that's how I find the balance. It's like, yes, life is hard, but it also can be great and beautiful at the same time. And you get to choose what that looks like.